Without further ado, please let me introduce Clara McDonald. She is the mentor of Angeline and has been in our organization since 2019. Clara, if you're ready to come to the stage, we would love to have you introduce Angeline. Look at how beautiful she looks tonight. Let's give her a round of applause.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to speak down here because Angeline and I talked about not going up on the stage because we're both a little nervous tonight, so bear with us. So I've had the privilege of being a mentor with Minds Matter the past 3 years, and I'm really excited to have the honor of being able to introduce my mentee, Angeline, tonight. And also, I might at some point need to refer to my notes, which I think she brought her notes as well, so we're, relying on each other. COVID has been long, and we haven't done a lot of public speaking in a while, so bear with me. But yeah, for context, when I first moved to San Francisco, I was looking for volunteering opportunities. And as some of you might be aware, there's obviously a lot of opportunities, but Minds Matter really spoke to me and connected to me on a lot of levels. And luckily, I was able to hear about it through some of my work colleagues who connected me to the program. Let me pull out my notes really quick so I get all of this right. So to start off, there were certainly the mission of giving determined students the tools that they needed to succeed in university and beyond really spoke to me. For my first day with Minds Matter, that connection was really true, and the mission came to life when I got to meet Angeline. The first thing I noticed about her was that she was a bit introverted, which I think she'll probably agree with me on. So I was worried we might have a hard time connecting. But thanks to the program and all of the great mentorship sessions, we really got to know each other much better over the past 3 years. During these sessions, I learned that Angeline was so much more than just an introverted high school student. I learned that she was in robotics and even part of poetry club at Gateway High School. I also learned that she is an extremely intelligent, hardworking, creative young woman, an eldest sister in a tight-knit Mexican-American household with roots in San Francisco. And her family's actually here tonight, so say hello, everyone. Above all, I also learned that she would be the first person in her family to attend college. Throughout our sessions together, I saw Angeline's passion and voice grow, and I loved seeing her come out of her shell. She really embodied Minds Matter core values of showing up and doing the hard work. That determination came into play when we worked together on countless summer program applications and college essays. Now it is clear that all of that hard work really paid off, because Angeline met her goal of going to a great school and staying in California to be close to her family, which was really important to her. She was accepted at UC Berkeley, where she is now majoring. Yes, give it up. Go Bears. She is now majoring in environmental science and hoping to make an impact on the planet. And yes, give it up for that. Yeah. I feel so honored to have played even a small role in her journey, and I know all of the amazing things that she's going to do. So, without further ado, please give it up for Angeline Ramirez-Su. Give it up for her. This is a big moment, people.
Thank you so much, Clara. Hello, good night, and welcome. Hello, my name is Angeline, as you all know, and I want to open up with a story that my mom has told me many, many times as I was growing. There's this young lady in her late teens, and she has studied very hard to become a nurse. With her white cap and gown, she is eager to help others. Fortunately enough, she is able to work at a clinic in her hometown. One day, she sees a procedure being performed, and she wants to learn more about it, as she one day will have to do it. She turns to an older nurse to see how she can learn. The lady turns to her and tells her, "Rascate tutuch," which means, "Do it yourself." The young lady would soon see that she didn't have anyone else to support her. Later on, she resigned her position and leave Mexico. That young lady is actually my mother. As I was growing up and hearing her story, I grew up learning two things. One was seeing how hard my parents worked so that I can go to school here. And two was learning the importance of figuring things out for yourself. As I grew up, I saw how hard my parents were working by cleaning houses and working in construction for every single week and even in the summers. What I saw is that very often they would discuss money and rent, and even towards me and my younger sisters. I didn't want my parents to worry about the cost of college, so I decided to take responsibility of my own things so that they wouldn't have to worry about looking after me, since they also had responsibility of raising my younger sisters. As I was growing up, money was very valuable and scarce. So whatever money I got from birthdays, holidays, or any other event, I would put it away in a drawer and I wouldn't touch it unless I really needed it. My father would give me money very often for food, for schools, or anywhere I went. And when you see your parents do something and try to raise you as much as they can with their own efforts, it makes you want to do everything in your power to make things easier for them. I remember one night I returned my father's money and I put it on top of his drawer. My parents asked me why I returned the money, and I answered that I don't want to spend my father's hard-earned money. But my parents made me understand that when someone offers you a gift, you should appreciate their kindness by accepting the offer. In my freshman year of high school, I found myself applying to Minds Matter. I was nominated by a teacher, and I didn't know much about the program. And as I was scrolling through the Minds Matters webpage, I kept telling my mom about the amazing opportunities that I thought weren't possible for me. I told her about the summer programs, and I kept telling her, look at this, I can go to study somewhere over the summer in a different state, in a different college. I want to do that. And I idealized how I would be if I was accepted. I saw myself being successful at homework, creating vast networks, and being able to talk to anyone. When I got into the program and I started working with my mentors, it took me a while to warm up to them and be comfortable. I thought a lot about the opportunities that Minds Matter would offer me, but I wasn't ready to step out of my comfort zone and be vulnerable and ask for help. After all, I did grow up feeling that I needed to figure things out on my own. At first, I felt that my mentors had high expectations of me, and I was running with fear that I would disappoint them somehow. And during one of our Saturday sessions, my mentors told me something that really stuck to me. I remember I asked them how their college life was, and they were very happy to answer. And they told me that they wanted to be like big sisters to me. They saw that I carried a lot of the responsibility and the burden of being a big sister towards my younger sisters. They saw that I didn't have anyone I could depend on, and they wanted to be big sisters in my life when my mentors told me that, I felt closer to them. And it made me think back about my mother's story, about the words, "Rascate tutuch," or "do it yourself." All my life, I didn't want to be a burden. I didn't want to be a burden to my own parents. And my mentor showed me that I had a right to depend on others when I really needed help. And I'm grateful for them for showing me that. They helped me realize that I could be vulnerable and that I had role models in my life. My mentors encouraged me to be vulnerable when they were vulnerable by telling me their experiences and fears in their lives and in college. And as well, it also extended with them helping me with comments and revisions. And that helped me get out of my overthinking head. They helped me find other viewpoints that I wouldn't really think of. And they also helped me tap into other opportunities. For example, I was accepted into UC Santa Cruz's science internship program, where I was able to do research under a graduate student. And being able to tap into the opportunity, I was able to connect with other students, other mentors, and other people, and be able to present what I found over the summer. What I learned is that fear can control you to the point where you don't want to take actions. Because if we feel that if we take a sort of action, that we are going to end in failure. And what we should do is learn what our strengths are and use those strengths to our advantage, to learn how we can overcome challenges. That is what Minds Matter is about. Minds Matter wants to help low-income students to find their strengths, that they can use those strengths to overcome challenges, and that they can use those strengths to implement them in the future, in their future careers. I gained responsibility and independence from my parents, seeing how hard they worked. They persisted through tough times, and they worked whenever they could find it. And in my turn, and seeing how hard they worked, I try to put effort in my school. I try to study every night, and I try to find many opportunities so that I could go to college, which is something that my parents weren't able to do back in their home countries. Minds Matter showed me that I could be vulnerable to others, and my mentors really showed me that. They showed me that I could take risks, ask help, and accept help when I really needed it. And through Minds Matter, those strengths became stronger through the frequent sessions that I had every Saturday. Fears can stop us from knowing our potential. And Minds Matter shows that fears are limits that should be broken. Because if they're not broken, we're never going to really know who we could have been in the future. We could have never really known what our potential could have been or the person we could have grown into. And it just feels so great to grow and look back and be able to see, wow, that's how I was. Especially with the journals I've been writing. Going back, I was like, oh, wow, I overthought a lot. And it's so great to feel that at the end of the day, after all the effort you put in, it's a feel of relief that you made it. And today I'm so grateful for Minds Matter for showing me the strengths that I could accumulate and could be able to implement in the future. And currently, I'm an undergraduate at UC Berkeley, majoring in environmental science. And I'm grateful for Minds Matter, my mentors, Clara and Ana Maria, who Ana Maria couldn't be here, but I'm grateful for her as well. They showed me that I could be vulnerable, I could ask for help, and reach out to others other than myself. And I knew that I couldn't do it all alone, as my parents had to. Thank you.
Angeline, everybody.